Hi, everybody. Welcome to Knitty Knotty Podcast, episode 25. I am Vanessa, Knitty Witch on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm Diane. I feel like I need something under my butt. I'm Diane. I'm the Knotted Bag on Ravelry and Instagram and Etsy, although I have not been very active in my Etsy shop.
No, I know.
We haven't recorded in like months and months and months just because we haven't felt like it.
There's been a lot of
And
things.
we've been busy. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Here we are.
Back again.
Yes.
Guess who's back? Back again.
All right, so let's jump in. Did you have any finished objects since we last? No, you haven't been knitting a lot, right?
I haven't
No.
been
Okay.
even able to knit or crochet or do any of that. I think I have like one square that I made.
Oh yeah, we never talked about crochet. I don't think,
Yeah.
I think we started the crochet thing. So when the pandemic started, when you went home, you told me about the Annie's crochet club. And then, so I thought, okay, what the hell, I'll do it. But then the first shipment, because I'm in Canada, I didn't get the first shipment until like midsummer. I got the first shipment after the next two, after number 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So the crochet club it's what is it? Annie's
Crochet club.
something. Yeah, but they have different clubs.
Like
so it is really cool because it's every month you get, is it 2 or 3 skeins of yarn in the package and a block, right? It's to make, so the one we got is the crochet blocks to make a blanket, and they offer 2 different color schemes, and we chose different ones, you and I. And so when I got I've put it on hold now because I've got like 5 packages and I've only done one.
I have like a basket of packages and I've done one square. So I need to get up on that.
Well, I did the 3 squares, but then I redid the first. So the first one was like, my tension was off because it was my first one and I wanted to redo it after I'd done 2 and 3. So the way it works is each package has 3 squares, and then you, so it's to learn crochet, and which is really good. I think it works really well. And I love that you can log on and they have videos for every square to teach the different things. I hate finishing, so I don't like doing the edging.
Mm-hmm. No,
I'm not gonna like putting them together either. I can tell you that right now. I already know that.
No, and I was making the first square and I realized that I did it wrong. I just bound off like a normal crochet would, and then it looked back at the instructions and it said something totally different to do for the bind off.
Right.
Like, oh, so now I got to open the first square back up again and bind it correctly, and then start the second.
I think you could probably, there's enough yarn that you could probably just restart it and just leave it.
I might do that too. So we'll see.
Crochet for me is not as easy as knitting to just pick up because I don't know it that well. Mm-hmm. So it's almost like I binge it, right? It's like, oh, I want to do, when I start doing a square, I want to do it all in one sitting. Does that make sense? Because I'm still learning it.
Because you think it's one square, so I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do one square.
Yeah. And some of them are really fast, and it's just, it's harder to, you know, if I don't do it for weeks, then I have to remember. So anyway, so I have a bunch of squares done. I'm not going to show them because I don't have them around. But then you got me on to doing little wee squares. Mm-hmm. So I did do a bunch of those and then I stopped because, again, it's just, you know, I think we're all like that. You binge on something and then you move on. But I will start over because I have quite a pile of them. So I decided to do, it's called the Battenberg blanket. Let me see if that's really the name of it or if I'm full of shit. Why can't I find it now? Anyway, I think it's the Battenberg blanket. I'm not sure why it's not coming up in my things.
I'm curious.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. Battenberg, Battenberg. And you were doing a different one.
Yeah, I'm doing the Blanket of Calm by Casapinka, except that I modified it to add an extra row.
Okay.
Oh, apparently Battenberg is a cake. So looking at the cake, I can already tell what the blanket is squares are gonna look like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'll show you. It's
I think I've done an extra round as well. Oh yeah, it's very, yeah, it's really cute. The Battenberg, obviously it depends on the colors you do, but I have a little pile.
Oh, look at you. Awesome.
I have so many minis.
Can you show me?
Eh?
Show me one.
Sure. And with the minis, they're all different yarns, right? But they're all.
Yeah, so that's almost like the same exact thing that I'm doing.
Yeah, it's very similar. So this is fun and easy. I find this, but again, I'll probably have to go back because now I don't remember. The starting point is very tricky to figure out where to stick my crochet hook into to start the round, but once I got it, this is really fast and this is fun to do when you're just, once you know how to do it. After the first couple of ones, I was like, oh yeah, I get into a groove and it's like addictive. Then I stopped. And I stopped. But anyway, so you did one of the crochet. Sorry, you know me, my nose is always.
Oh, no, I understand. I was actually wiping mine when you were gone.
Okay. So do you want me to show my finished projects? I have sweaters.
So good.
I'm not sure. I think, have I shown you this one already? I think I finished this one after the pandemic started, but I feel like maybe I finished it before our last video because our last video was the end of April.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is the So Faded sweater. I like this. I think next time I'll do it, I just won't do this garter stitch section, but I like the pattern so much. It's my second one like this with this pattern.
Yeah, it's really.
And I think I did bubble sleeves because I find it annoying to have to to keep track of my rows on arms just to have it be more narrow. And I don't need the arms to be narrow. I kind of like this shape.
Mm-hmm.
And it's faster and easier to just knit a straight arm. So that's this one. And then recently I did this one. I think you saw this. You must have seen this on Instagram.
Yes, I did see it on Instagram.
So that's the sock arm sweater.
So pretty. I have yet to knit a pullover.
So this is, it's a good pattern. I prefer to knit from the top down, and this is the bottom up so that your sleeves are set in a certain way. And then this is a short row cap. So that I think the point of doing that is so that eventually I don't know, that's how it's constructed. So I did two. This is Cherie's Kirby Werby yarn, the sleeves. I can't remember the name. I'm horrible with this stuff. And then I put it on my Instagram, and then this is a different dyer. Do you remember this? I was looking for like a variegated speckled yarn that would like touch the different gray stripes. So I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, it came out great.
Yeah, and considering the fact that this part is knitted with less stitches than this part, I find the difference is not too bad in the variegating. So I'm very happy with it. It makes me happy. It's cheerful. So that's that one. This one you saw, I wasn't finished. This is the, so that's the sock arm sweater. This one that I'm gonna show you, let me just see, what is this pattern? Le Pouf sweater by Beata Jezek, Jezek. Le Pouf is LE space POUF. And this is the one that's knitted with 2 strands of
it's so pretty
fingering. It's kind of, I made it longer than the pattern called for. It's very cropped, and I don't like too cropped. I do have to wear a t-shirt underneath, but I tend to wear t-shirts under my sweaters anyway. Yeah, so that's this. This is the one where, remember one of the yarns was thicker than the other ones?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't love the experience of knitting this, and it's 2 fingering yarns at the same time. So again, it was a matter of like, and because that yarn was thicker, it just threw off all of my like my planning and the amount of yarn needed for each part. And you have to keep track of like, because it's a fade, I guess, but you know, you're doing a certain amount. You got to keep track of the rows and stuff like that, and that just kind of like ruins it for me. It's just my, so anyway, that's a good, it's nice thick sweater. And then the last one that I'm finished is the Mackie. This is my favorite, M-A-C-H-I. It's super cute. This is made with 2, you're holding 2 strands of lace weight at the same time. And it has this really pretty detail down the sleeve.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you can see it. Probably.
See it a little
I should
bit.
put it, let me put it on.
Oh, yeah, you can see it now. Oh, I love it.
It's hard to tell what the front and back is because the front dip is not much different, but see that the nice detail?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. So again, it's a little short for me, but it's longer than that other one, than Le Pouf. And I think this, I can't remember if it was made with a split or not. It starts from the bottom up, this one. Again, it's very interesting construction, but this one I did because of the downtime this summer, and I thought, okay, now is the time to do this sweater because I have to really focus and pay attention. And so I don't know, it's a weird psychological thing, but if I know that it's going to be like intense, then I'm ready for it, and I can, like, I'm mentally ready for that. Whereas you're knitting a sweater like this and you think it's going to fly by and then it doesn't.
Yeah.
That's where it's frustrating. But this one I knew was going to take time and I had to really focus and pay attention. So you knit, you know what, I can't remember if it's in 2 parts. I think you knit the ribbing, all right, whatever. It's bottom up, and then you get to this part, and it's really cool because it's like an applied edge. So you've got this, and then you start, you're basically knitting it this way,
oh,
right?
nice.
Like that, and then attaching it to the stitches on either side as an applied edge. And then once you're here, then it turns into like in the round and you do your whole sleeve. But you're doing, while you're doing that, you've always got this lace panel. So I'm really happy with it. My sleeves are a little bit short, but whatever. I get impatient when it comes to the sleeves, and I'm like, oh, I'll stop now. And then they're a little short. But it's interesting because I followed, I think I made the sleeves longer than the pattern called for. But I know that there are places where it's warmer and you want just like a sweater with sleeves that are a bit short. It's actually warm here today, so I'm going to take this off.
Yeah, it's 80.
But I like a long sleeve. I don't like tugging at, like I'm always tugging at them.
Take it off, take it off. She can't hear me. You sure?
So,
I'm over here singing, take it off, take it off. I was like, you can't hear me.
So it's a really lovely pattern. It's well written. I really see, there's even like a nice design on the side that's underneath the arm.
Yeah, it's really
So
pretty.
while you're knitting the body, you have to do this as well on either side. So you're really having to pay attention the whole time. I enjoyed it. I like, you know, the 2 strands of lace. It's still light on the finger to knit. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's fun to knit with lace,
I've
you know,
never.
and it's 2 strands. It's like fingering. So
Yeah.
it's, yeah. So those are the finished ones. Now I've got 2 sweaters on the needles. Do you want to talk about something or do you want me to keep going?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. So I am now knitting, this is, hang on, let me check. This is, oh yeah, the Rosa jumper, Rosa, by Anna Dervoot, Dervout. It is a DK sweater. This is my hand spun, most of it. So the body is my hand spun. And I went and bought and there's just like a really nice, I like it because it's V-neck. And there's just this little eyelet arrow kind of thing to it on either side of the arms, which is cute. It's just like a nice little feature. So I'm done the body. I went and bought a DK to match my handspun because I didn't think I'd have enough. Like I have 1,020 yards, and the pattern to knit the size I wanted to knit calls for 1,060 or 50, and it's the 3rd size. Had I knit the 2nd size, I probably would have had enough. But just looking at like the chest measurements and stuff, I wanted to err. So I got, where's my, anyway, I got this DK at my LYS. It is a very similar color. It's and it's also got it's a yarn that looks like a hand spun. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like this loose,
Soft spun kind of.
yeah, but it's 2 strands like my hand spun. So the colors and the texture of it match my hand spun. So my plan is doing the ribbing, and I'll do the edge of the neck, and I'll do the ribbing on the sleeves with this. So I've weighed what I have left of my hand spun. How many times can I say hand spun? Take a drink. I've been weighing this, and I will use every last bit of it on the sleeves. I'm just knitting until I get to the half, and then I'll start with the Heather's DK that I got.
Yeah.
And then I'm almost done, I promise.
Oh, you're fine.
I think you've seen this sweater. This sweater has been hanging on for a long time because, again, it's a matter of like, I have to count rows. And I think once I started, I was like, oh, I don't know if I love this. This is also DK, and knitting this with 2 Miss Babs Yowza skeins that turned out to look very similar to each other because I always gravitate to the same colors. And actually, I think you helped me grab one of these when we went to Rhinebeck one year because I was looking for a specific one, and so that's the.
Is this from Briar Rose?
No, this is Miss Babs.
Miss Babs. Okay.
The Yowza, remember back in the day, the Yowzas, they were sold as worsted, and then they changed it to DK or light worsted. And I had 2, and they're big skeins, like they're 500 and some
they're Yowza
each. Yeah, Yowza.
Yow.
So that's this sweater. I'm on the sleeve. And again, not really knowing if I would have enough yarn for all of it, I grabbed a pink DK in my stash. It's a pale pink.
Yeah,
and
looks
so
good.
yeah, I think it'll be a cute. It's not on the body because I don't like, just because of my shape, I don't like to cut myself off at the waist. So I didn't want to do the ribbing with the contrast. But I'll do, and the neckline is already done. So this will be the only place where I have that sort of accent color.
It's cute.
So I'm still on the ribbing. This sweater hurts my hands though. That's why I'll knit for a bit and then stop. So that's that. And the other thing that I picked back up, I've been knitting on this slowly, is my shawl. That's my design. Oh, I'm tired now.
One day you'll get that done.
Really, eh? But I made a lot of progress on it.
Yeah, you did.
Wait, what is this called again?
Your chevron shawl, right?
Chevron. That's dang. I've knit a lot on it. So this is a true chevron. Like you'll see, I have not found another one that's set up like this. This is a triangular chevron that comes out from the spine, whereas most of the ones that I've seen, they're they're longer, and then the chevron comes up. So I'm really proud of this, but I need to get it done. This is also hand spun. So I like coming up with patterns that are really pretty for stripes and hand spun stuff, so that you can use. I don't know how other people feel about it, but when I work so hard at having my hand spun, I want to use every little bit of it.
Yeah.
And not have a lot of, I don't mind for, you buy fingering weight and you've got a bit of leftover. Cool, you can use it in another project, but I don't know. It's just how I feel about my hand spun.
Yeah.
So that's it. I've not been spinning a lot. I think I might have finished yarn. I might have finished a spinning project since we last recorded, but I'm not sure.
I haven't been spinning. I haven't been doing anything.
So that's not true. You haven't been doing crafting stuff,
well,
but you
have been doing crafting. Yeah, I've been doing very much a lot of things, but crafting. So I will remind you where I'm at. Actually, I'll actually have you guys remind me where I'm at.
You'll have it ready for next year's Rhinebeck. Hopefully there will be a Rhinebeck next year.
Oh, I want this ready now, because so you don't know this, but so side note, I started working at a new salon, and the salon is,
I do know that.
Right. But the salon is very shabby chic and light and white and everything in it. And, as hairdressers, we always wear black, which is fine, but she's allowing us to wear colors.
Oh.
So I went and I bought something colored. I have colored clothes now that are not black.
Wow.
So I really want to finish this now so that I can wear it. I have brown shoes and everything. Who am I? I know. So I am at the back. I'm just looking at it now. So here we are.
It's so pretty. That yarn and that pattern are so perfect together. It looks like all of these little roses. It really does.
I know. And now that I am wearing color now all of the sweaters I had planned that are black.
Yeah.
Do I want to make them in black? So pretty. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. I gotta
focus on finishing that one. And
then, I'm gonna focus on finishing this one. Yeah. So that's where
not that I want to live in the States, but man, I wish we
it's fine.
lived in the same I wish we lived in the same country so that we could visit each other sometimes. I love a road trip.
Let me come there. Let me move there. I was like,
you can't. The border's closed, remember?
No Americans for you. Yeah, I would love to. Trust me. Where do I want to retire? Probably Canada.
I don't know if you want to retire here.
I don't know. I know most people want to go to Florida, but I just want to go someplace that's temperate and not hot all the time. And,
right. I'll tell you, we have some pretty hot here in Ottawa. We have some very hot summers. I wouldn't be able to do it without air conditioning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
but it's not all year.
Yeah.
But we had a particularly hot summer this summer. It went on longer than usual.
That's how ours has been this time. So
yeah.
So I haven't done a lot of crafting, but I have done a lot of
buying. My buying has been limited to like the accent yarns that I need.
I actually have not bought yarn in a couple months, and it'll be hard to tell, but I'm like, okay, I'm at a point where like I need to start knitting this. I bought all this yarn for all these projects and I still haven't done them yet. So I actually bought
that's where I'm at. I just want to use up my yarn that I've been buying for years.
Shawl by Andrea Mowry, the night shift. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
So I saw my local yarn store do it in Noro and do it in these colors, and I was like, oh my god, these are so vintage rose colors. So I went and I got these, and then now I'm like, well, I'm not knitting shawls anymore because I never wear them. So I have a drawer full of shawls, and I never.
Wait, is that fingering weight?
Yeah. Well, no. It says
you still need to finish your Carnival too.
That's on my mind. I think I'm gonna finish that one first.
And that's a Halloween. Aren't you doing your Carnival shawl in Halloween colors?
Yes, that's why I gotta pull it
out.
So
you need to have the Dawn Girl so you can wear it, for Halloween. Yeah.
It's actually worsted.
It's worsted. And how much yardage per skein?
It takes 2 of these, it said, for the night shift, and I'm trying to read this, and it's 200 grams. It says 600 meters per skein.
Oh, that's a lot.
So 1,200 meters.
You could maybe make a sweater with that.
Out of worsted, you think?
Yeah.
We'll see whatever.
You just have to be a little bit creative when you look at it. Like it doesn't have to be a color scheme that's the sweater. You have to look at the sweater pattern and see if you can alternate these two. I'm sure you could make it work.
Yeah, and I might still do the night shift because I still like scarves and stuff. The night shift is like a nice big one, so I still do it, but shawls are on the back burner right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing I did get in. I ordered these for the shop.
What is that?
These are rainbow
pom-poms.
So I was going to put them up for sale, but we'll have to see what's going on with the shop.
Okay.
But yeah, so if you need rainbow pom-poms, I got you, boo. I got them in green.
I don't do pom-poms because I can't put my hood up over my hat. Yes.
Well, if you need them, they're there.
Okay.
All right. I got from the Lemonade shop. This is Funfetti.
Cute.
Let's take that out of.
I love the sound of wrinkling.
Crinkle. I know.
I love it. People are always apologizing for that on their podcasts, and I'm like, I love the sound of it.
I got. What is this? Oh, I bought a kit. So this is from Lolo Did It. I need to buy the pattern. It's the Genesis wrap. Another wrap that
I was gonna say another shawl.
Another shawl.
You know what I think? I wonder, Vanessa, if you found like, and maybe I need to do this. Because you know how I did the pattern for my Ruana, which I still haven't written up and I still haven't taken pictures of it. Mm-hmm. But a lightweight version of that. So like, I don't know if or like a kimono. I don't know if kimono is the right word for it, but like a yeah, like a lightweight cover wrap that's like kind of open. That would be great for you at the salon. Maybe that would be more fun for you to knit because it would be something you would actually use. Yeah. Although I don't know if that would get in the way when you're doing.
Well, I can still take it off too. But yeah, I think you're right. Like I think that I need to stop knitting these tiny rinky-dink shawls out of one skein and go to something big. Like this.
So when we were talking about makeup before we started, and I said, I've learned I have to go with what actually looks good on me or what I really like, as opposed to what looks pretty on the counter. Yeah. Right. And I think it's the same thing with knitting. We have to focus on what am I actually wanting to wear, as opposed to this looks like a pretty pattern that I'd like to you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's why I got this. So this one's grays and it's got a pop of like this purple. So
That's
and it
pretty.
fades into each other. So I
So
think
that's
I'll do that.
it's a wrap, you said?
It's a wrap. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
big wrap. So that one I saw the pattern for, and she'd selling the kits, and I was like, oh, I like that. I'm gonna make that.
Right.
Which is funny because I forgot about it, and there it is. Um, here's another kit. This is from Thread Head Knits Co. It is a beanie hat kit.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, with the pom-poms. But look at these colors.
Oh, that is so pretty. I think that should be one of your next projects because that'll whip up real fast. You'll get the satisfaction of finishing something and you can wear it this winter.
You know what? You're right. I should do that. I'm gonna turn this
And
on.
you're not hot and you're not cold. Dover.
I turned my light on. So now you can
It's so, I love that.
It's got the pink pom-pom. See, and then look. So if I were to do something out of this.
Yeah. Super pretty.
I don't know. I wouldn't make a fingering weight hat, so we'll see.
Why not?
Because I feel, the reason why is because I feel like it doesn't use the whole skein and then it's just a waste of a skein.
You could do a sock head. Or you could do the one that I wrote.
Yeah, so with the sock head, you think it'd look good with a pom-pom on it?
Sure, because you can make it more beanie. You don't have to have it super, super slouchy, but even slouchy, it's fine with a pom-pom. I would think it would make it slouch more with a pom-pom, but you can make it shorter, more like a beanie.
Yeah, I could do that too. You're
and
right.
Then the one, I can't remember the name of my hat that I wrote. Isn't that stupid? What is mine called? Anyway, the one, it's over here somewhere in my knitting. The one that, oh, here it is. You could, mine's for self-striping, but it could be, so, and then you can put the pom-pom here.
Oh yeah.
It sits at the back.
Like that.
Because this one you can, anyway.
Yeah.
That's another.
Yeah, I'll definitely turn it into something like that. We'll see.
Yeah.
I've got
Striper. I called it Striper because it's
Striper.
Striper.
So this is a cotton.
Oh, you're a brave woman.
Well,
I like knitting and cotton.
Well, this lady that crochets, it was crochet. This lady that crocheted a bralette in this. And
okay.
I don't think I'd wear a bralette, and I also don't think that one skein would be enough to make me a bralette because I'm a little heavy. But when it's crocheted up,
Her Brandon would enjoy it.
I know, right? Crocheted up, it looks banging. So I have that. I don't know what I'm going to make out of it yet.
Okay. Well, maybe you'll end up making dishcloths. That's what I see in your future.
Yeah, why not? So this is one I did with Sugar Tots fiber. This was an Animal Crossing colorway, and it came with a little Animal Crossing stitch marker that I actually have attached to one of my bags right now.
Oh, cool.
This is from Sugar Tots fiber Animal Crossing. Love the video game.
Yeah.
It's very, for those who haven't played it, it's just a little cute little simulator game like Sims, except it's very cartoony. So
my son finally got himself, with his money, it's the first time he's bought something big with his saved up money, so he bought the Nintendo Switch this summer and got the Animal Crossing, and then he wasn't playing it forever, and I'm like, why are you not? Because then he's like, oh, I want this game, and I said, but you're not playing the game. Like, this cost you like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, you know, because you had to get the Switch. And I'm like, well, you're not playing the game. It's been like a long time. And he says, well, I'm stuck on something. I said, well, then let's figure it out, because you can't just abandon the game because you're stuck on a piece. You don't know how to do it. So we Googled it. We found a YouTube video. He figured it out. Yeah.
And he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. See, I would have been like, yeah, I need a new game too. All right, so mostly, oh, look, I have some squares here.
I'm thinking Christmas will be a good time to get him the second game that he wants. But now he's back in school, so it's not, you know, he has less time to play video games.
So I have a bunch of fiber that I bought. This is Purple Lamb. Does that not look like a unicorn?
That looks like all of the other yarn you've bought. The very pastel-y. Is it pastel?
Yes, this one's pastel, which
It's
is
very
very
pretty.
not like me, but
very, very pretty.
There's that. And this one is by Desert Panda Fiber Arts.
Oh, I like that. That is so fluffy.
Look at the colors.
Who is it again? Show me the label.
Desert Panda Fiber Arts.
Desert Panda. Okay.
And this was
polar. I love that label. It's very
like one of those
Pokemon
photos that you see, like when they show you like the blur the spots, the ink blot, when they're like,
oh,
and tell me what you see. That's what.
Oh, right.
But yeah, this is called Easter eggs. So I saw it on Instagram. I was like, oh my God. And then also from her, this one is.
I gotta have to look that up.
Not Your Grandma's Jewels. Yeah, Desert Panda Fiber Arts.
I'm just gonna pull it up now because I'll forget.
Yeah, I can't wait to spin those up. And my last few acquisitions, this is Three Waters Farm.
Oh, I love Three Waters Farms. And, you know, I thought the next time I see her at a fiber festival, she's going to be one of my priorities. But
yeah, I love her stuff. And then also.
But that's beautiful. Wait, what colorway is that?
This colorway is Nope, it's called Capture the Flag.
Okay.
It says happy spinning on it, so I was going to say it's happy spinning, but it's not. And this is all Into the World. So this is Equilibrium.
That is so pretty. Is that all? It's hard to tell the color. Is it rainbowy?
This one's very fall. It's like a fall rainbow.
Your lighting is kind of washing everything out. I don't know if it's just my computer when I'm looking at you, but oh yeah. That is so pretty. What's it called again?
This one is called Equilibrium.
Okay.
This is when they did that update. They did an update for, what festival was it? Maryland Sheep and Wool.
Okay.
I think, and I missed it. And then they restocked. And when they restocked, I was like, okay, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one.
So did you get 3 of the same?
No, this one is Meriadoc. It's more purple.
Okay.
And this one is Gilmore's Glorious Goods. And this one is kind of like a cross between the other two. It's got purples, but it's also got like these yellows.
So Vanessa, you could do a 3-ply yarn, and then you would have a really good skein of yarn to knit something with.
Yeah, you're right. I would. And all 3 of these colors are actually very complementary towards each other.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, for sure. And then I also bought, someone please help me. I bought a Turkish spindle from Subterranean Woodworks.
Oh, that's pretty. That's made for you.
Yes, but I don't know how to use it. I don't. I have to Google it.
It's pretty though. It's
pretty. But yeah, that's all I have. And then look, I was going through and look, I got some of my blanket squares too.
Oh, I love that one. I love that. I love that.
This was left over from Opal. I had some Opal like rainbow sock yarn that was left over from that.
I'm gonna get back into my crocheting my little mini squares, I think.
Me too. This one is, I think, this one I had showed before. It's Knitty in color. Right. This is my like favorite one.
Did you see her Halloween one that she just came out with?
Yes, because my Carnival shawl is knit out of Samhain. Her color was Samhain, and I was looking at the Spellbound and the other ones, and I was like, oh, I want them all. Crinkles. Sorry for the crinkles.
I've realized that a lot of my yarn buying is like FOMO. It's that fear of missing out on this thing.
Yes.
And so I've reined that in now. I'm kind of like, okay, this is ridiculous because most things repeat. You'll find these colors again. You know what I mean? Like, unless I see something, I'm just going to look at her up because there was a color that just came out recently that was so amazing.
I need to put all this stuff away. I'm gonna hold it onto it in a basket.
I actually want to get I want to get some of her fiber at some point. I have some of her fiber. I just, what are we talking about?
Who are we talking about though?
Knitty and Color.
Knitty and Color. Okay. Sorry.
I do have some of her fiber. I think we bought it together.
It's on my wheel. That's what's on my wheel is her 81 colorway.
Yeah, because this is recent.
I know. I saw that and I really like it.
Yeah. But then she's got these beautiful, like she just.
I know.
So pretty.
And everything is so Halloween-y. I love it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this looks like a campfire. It's amazing. Yeah. So, I guess that's that.
That's it for now.
I'm progressing really well on this because I love knitting with hand spun. And again, on my sleeve, I'm just doing a straight sleeve. I think I'm halfway there. So, and this is the hand spun is from Hobbledehoy. Do you remember we bought these together, the green ones?
Gimme bats. I love them.
Yeah. So it was like one of them was called lawn flamingos or something, and the other one something else. They were two different greens that I put together. I have something on my wheel now. I'm doing a 3-ply, so I'm on the 2nd ply, but I'm not spinning a lot these days.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you something. We were going to talk about makeup because Vanessa's a makeup artist and I am a makeup fan. I wanted to tell you about this because I found this. I love finding something at the drugstore that's really good and like, an eighth of the price of something at Sephora's. So, but this is really good. This is a lipstick. What brand is this? Oh my God. It's Super Stay 24 color. Why can I not see the brand name? That's really weird. Maybelline. That's it.
Nice.
So this is further to our conversation before we started recording. I sometimes like it like a bright red or something, but I didn't like it on camera. But anyway, you have the color, and then you have this other part. Wait, which way does it go? It's hard to tell where the brush is. Oh yeah, and this is like a clear.
Oh, like a clear sheer, like sheer.
On top of it, and it locks it in.
Oh, nice.
And so even if you have this and you go to work and you have to wear your mask, this won't go on the mask.
Yeah, I've been sticking to a lot of like mattes.
Yeah. It's a shame because like I'm obsessed with lippies and with the masks.
I know, it's so annoying, like
especially with lip gloss, right? Because it sticks to the fabric.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to tell you about this, because it won't transfer onto anything. You can eat and drink and it won't go on the cup. So it's brilliant.
See I was just going to show you my color. I'm like pulling everything off of the counter here. Because you talking about lippy. Oh, so ColourPop sold at Ulta, but it's a cheaper brand. These are only $6, I think. Maybe like $6 or $7, and they're called Lippy Sticks.
Oh.
And I think you'd love them. So, or you can go to ColourPop online. And these are matte little lip crayons, $6 or $7, and these are the shiz.
Really?
Yes. And that's comparing it. Hey guys.
Listen, the next time I go to the States, we're going to a makeup store together.
Yeah, for sure. Because we're comparing this so another one of my favorite lippies is House Laboratories. This is Lady Gaga's brand.
Okay.
They're amazing. $22, $7.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was telling you about. Like, also, I'm like, I love a plum because My lip is very, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I would love to have bigger lips, like bigger upper lip. But, and like I was telling you, they're a bit bigger than they used to be because of just by hydrating, but I don't have like a nice upper lip like you do. Like it's pretty flat. Anyway, so I like the plumping glosses. Do that just have like a little bit of tint or color in them. And the Rimmels at the drugstore are like $8. $8 Walmart drugstore compared to like Buxom, which is easily like close to $30, right?
For their lip plumpers though.
Yes, I know. I got one at Marshall's, so it was like $7, right? And I really like it, but I'm also quite happy with the Rimmels. So like, why would I necessarily, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing if you can't find something comparable and at a cheaper, then yeah, but when you can find something that, and the Rimmels they have really nice colors, like, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Hey, we've been talking for almost an hour.
Ooh, look at us.
Well, it's been months. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna finish this hand spun. I will eventually finish that DK sweater. I should tell you the name of the DK sweater in case anybody cares. It is, I can't find it. Oh, I can't find it right now. I think I've talked about it in the past though. I'm just doing a search. I don't know where it is.
That's okay. That's okay.
I don't think anybody really cares. I have yarn. My next project will be with worsted. There's a sweater called 1979 Raglan that I want to do. Considering the fact that I just complained about stripes and having to count rows, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I like it. And let me find it. Ravelry 1979. You know when you see a pattern and it's knit in the colors that you like? Like that's what happened with this one. The way it was knitted and for the pattern is so pretty and colors that I like. But then when you switch it up, it doesn't, obviously it looks different. This is not what just bear with me here. Did I say 1979 cardigan? 79. I'm looking for it on my phone so I can show you a picture of it. Oh, here we go. 1979 Raglan.
Oh my God, I love it.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. That looks like something Christy Glass Knits would wear. Do you remember Christy Glass?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like something she would rock.
Hey, do you want to see the yarn that I have for it to make it? Okay, give me a second. I'll go get it. Actually, I'll pause and then we won't have like dead time. I'll pause.
I have to slice that together.
No, we're back on though.
Oh, hi.
So I already had like a bunch of Cascade 220s. And so I only had to buy one to complement, but I wanted to go for a vintage kind of 70s color scheme. So I have all of these. Let me see.
Yeah.
Hang on.
That looks like candy corn.
Right? Candy porn or candy corn? So there's this one.
Oh, it's gonna look so good.
That's like a turquoise. And this is a darker turquoise.
That'll be perfect.
And then I have, so this is white and this is more off-white. Kind of goes in between these two. And then I have a brown.
I thought it's gonna be perfect.
So yeah, I think I went and got an orange one because I didn't have the right shade, but I think it'll look good. I'm happy. I'm excited about doing this, which is, again, I'll probably be bitching and complaining about it because it's stripes and having to count, but I think the problem with this one is the colors are so similar that I can't tell just by looking at it. So I really have to, like, every time I finish a row, I note it. I don't have like a row counter. It's my pen and paper. So I think that's what slows me down. Whereas, and when it's going to be these very different colors, it'll be easier to just see how many rows I've knitted. I get always confused by, is the row on your needle count as a row? But I guess it does. Doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
How does it not though? Because it becomes the last row.
It only becomes a row when you drop it down. I don't know. Don't quote
But when you're counting, how many rows have I done of this yarn? Like, how many rows have I done of A? You've got to count the one that's on the needle, because that will become, but that will become your last row. Like if you're counting, okay, I need 6 rows and then I've got 5 and then one on the needle, that one on the needle will become the 6th.
It will become the 6th, yes, if you knit it. If you don't, it doesn't count.
But the point is you're still knitting, right? You're doing, like, if you're doing 6 rows, 6 rows, 6 rows, alternating.
It just really depends. I mean, you can not count it and then count it in when you keep going, or you can count it and then go from there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, when you're knitting, if you're not marking down your rows, you have to be able to visually tell how many rows you've knitted to switch, and that's where I get confused.
Yeah.
So
Google. We're gonna have to Google that one. What's the proper etiquette for counting? I don't know.
Ages ago, I took a class with the Yarn Harlot, and she had given a trick on counting your rows by counting the yarn. So, like, if you go between stitches, where your yarn is, like right there, between the rows, between the stitches, you count that. So, like this, sorry, this right here. I don't know if I'm doing this justice. So the yarn that's between the 2 stitches, you count that.
Yeah.
So that's 1 row, 2 rows.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway. All right, so I guess we'll leave it there. You've got nothing else to show or talk about? All good?
All good.
Okay, this makes me happy.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that and I'm like, look at my bag of stuff that has not been knitted or spun.
I have so much knitting time now. I mean, I work during the day, but I'm working from home. There's no, like, commute. So there's so much more time to craft that I have a lot of evenings where I don't craft at all, because you're not making up for a whole day at work, right? So anyway, all right, well, I guess I'll let you go and we'll do this again soon. We'll try not to wait another 5 months.
Okay. Okay. All right, bye.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.